Okay, so here's my tips and tricks video for what I believe was our second assignment, entitled Assignment 2, Factors, Matrices and Arrays. It was nominally due this past Monday, but as I stated previously, you can turn it in up to a week late without penalty because I wanted to get a couple of videos posted giving you tips on each of the exercises. Okay, so part one of this was unordered factors exercises. And this is pretty straightforward. You have to create a character vector, animals. So you would name it animals, and you could use various techniques. Probably the C function is the best. And it's supposed to be a string, so you need to make sure they are in quotes in your C function, and you just assign it to animals, right? And confirm that it's a character vector. Well, you could use isCharacter to do that. What happens when you sort it? Well, you're going to have to do that and take a look. What happens to the values? Note that in this vector there are 8 elements, and some are repeated, but I want you to repeat them and put them in exactly in this order to begin with. Cat, dog, tiger, lion, dog, cat, lion, tiger. Okay, so you sort them, and you need to write some code in there to do that. Then you create a new vector, animal.fac, from animals. Well, you could apply the factor function to the original animals and assign that to a new variable, animal.fac. You could probably also use isFactor, and that would work as well. Confirm that animal fact is of class factor. Well, you can just query it with the class function. What are the levels of animal fact? Again, you query it with the levels function. New integer vector from animal fact named animal int. Again, you just create an object, animal.int, and assign to it an integer vector applied to animal.fact. How would you do that? Well, you could use one of the is functions, is integer perhaps. Confirm that it's an integer object. Well, you could say type of, I guess, or class. Print it out. How are the integers assigned to animal int by r? Okay, and you're going to have to work through this one. But you'll notice that the order of the integers, when you print out both animal.fact and animal.int, the order of the integers is not random. It follows a particular sequence in the original factor vector. And in fact, just as an aside, when you make a factor vector, it stores them as integers. And so there's a relationship there as well. Okay, so that part's pretty easy. Part 2, ordering factor levels. I would suggest that you look up the function ordered with help, and you should be able to figure that out. Here, let's do it right now. So, ordered. Okay, so ordered is another function. It's very much related to factor, where you want to read up on this. I can't just give you the answer. Okay, so, but what it does, you can specify the order of the levels. With a factor vector, if it's unordered, there's no order to the levels. But if it is ordered, it means one level is greater than another is greater than another. Okay, so you're going to have to play with that and figure it out. Print out animal.ord as an integer vector, and I tell you, just use as integer, or is integer would work too, I believe. And again, related question, what's driving the assignment of these numbers, 1, 2, 3, and 4, to the 4 animal types? Okay, and it's got something to do with how you just ordered the levels. Okay, so anyway, try to add monkey as a 5th element. What happens? What do you need to do to add monkey as the 9th element? Well, you're going to have to figure that out, okay? Okay, part 3 matrices exercises. Create a vector x consisting of integers from 1 to 16. Print x. Well, you could use the matrix function itself, query it with the help. And then we did this in class. Use the dime function. X is a vector at this point, but you want to use, it's not a matrix yet. It's a vector at this point, and you want to change it to a matrix with exactly 8 columns and 2 rows. So again, query the matrix function, and there's a couple of ways you can do this. Okay. Then I say use the matrix function to create a matrix mat.y, a sequence of numbers from 1 to 36, and it should have 6 columns and 6 rows. So again, that's pretty easy. You're just creating a matrix, 6 by 6. How did R automatically populate the rows and columns of mat Y? I'm looking for the specific way that it assigned the numbers in the matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How did it do that? Okay. So, and then do by row equals true argument with matrix function to create another matrix, mat.z, print it out. How did it get populated in that case? Print out the transpose of mat.y, and that's the t function. And then compare it to mat.z. What can you say about that? Okay, and then finally arrays. Arrays are just, a matrix is a 2-dimensional array, but arrays can have 3 dimensions, 4 dimensions. So I'm asking you to create a 3 by 3 by 3 array named arr.letters using the array function. Well, again, query the array function, help.array, and figure it out. Use the lower 26 characters of the alphabet. Letters will do that quite nicely. Did any letters repeat? Which Y? Well, I just want you to answer that. Okay? And then I want you to explain, I want you to evaluate these 3 expressions and explain why the output looks the way it does. Okay? And that's it. So good luck to you. Please turn it in no later than next Monday, March 11th. Thank you.